Jos Verstappen has decided to pour gasoline over the flames of the ongoing Christian Horner controversy, confirming recent rumours about a Jos versus Christian situation within the Red Bull camp behind the scenes. Jos Verstappen has made it clear, firing warning shots, that as far as he is concerned, Horner has to go, and if not, Max could go elsewhere, leading to the downfall of Red Bull Racing. This is the current rumour, and the fact that Jos and Toto Wolff were spotted having a deep conversation at last weekend's Bahrain Grand Prix, alongside Wolff putting the chances of Max joining Mercedes in 2025 to a realistic non-zero percentage if all continues to boil over behind the scenes at Red Bull. On Wednesday, ahead of the 2024 Bahrain Grand Prix, Red Bull's parent company opted to retain Christian Horner as the racing division's team principal and CEO, following the results of recently concluded investigations into the Brit's conduct. Red Bull's parent company decided to keep most of the investigation's information undisclosed, which was not welcomed by some parties, as they called for more transparency. Around 24 hours later, on Horner's first day after being cleared of all charges, a dossier of 79 files implied to be supporting evidence to the investigation was leaked to dozens of F1 personnel, which included F1 CEO Stefano Domenicali, the FIA president Mohammed Ben Sulayem, all F1 team bosses, several media outlets, and Jos Verstappen. This leak of information was considered as a deliberate attempt to sabotage Christian Horner's reputation, rather than bringing in more transparency to the case. The dossier being leaked mid-event meant the controversy surrounding Horner did not conclude with the investigation, and it gave way for more tension behind the scenes, as many were expecting a second leak on Friday, which never materialized. Horner, during the race weekend, had separate meetings with F1's CEO and with the FIA president to discuss and bring more clarity into the current situation. On Saturday's race, Mrs. Horner joined Mr. Horner on the paddock on an attempt to show support, interpreted by some as a bold statement coming from the Horners. Following Red Bull's dominant display during the Grand Prix, Horner in his media sessions post-race reiterated the fact that he would not comment on the latest leaks, which he described as an anonymous speculative message, or about the intentions of whoever was behind this crazy act. Horner believes whatever happens, his team has full confidence in him, and according to the Brit, he would continue to lead the team for a full season. Here is where Jos Verstappen's comments come in, putting a doubt on Horner's confidence. Jos Verstappen not only has put pressure on Horner by claiming Red Bull's energy is wearing down due to Horner's controversy, but he has gone to the extent of demanding the Brit step down before Red Bull Racing explodes. This ensures the build-up to the upcoming Saudi Arabian Grand Prix will have a high-octane paddock, dominated by Jos, Christian and Red Bull. In interviews with the UK newspaper The Daily Mail and Dutch publication De Telegraaf, following Max's dominant victory at Bahrain, Jos Verstappen has warned that Red Bull Racing will fall as long as Horner remains as team principal. The former racer said that Horner's controversial situation is affecting the team on a negative way, driving engineers trackside and back at the factory with huge tension, which could result in the team being torn apart, resulting in a huge explosion. There is tension here while he remains in position. The team is in danger of being torn apart. It can't go on the way it is. It will explode. He is playing the victim when he is the one causing the problems. So that's pretty clear. Jos Verstappen wants Christian Horner gone, and there is a very clear divide of clans behind the scenes at Red Bull. And for some degree, we knew this was the case. There were rumours of recent suggesting a major falling out between Christian Horner and Jos Verstappen, for whatever reason it may be. And it was clear that there was a power struggle behind the scenes at Red Bull following the passing of the team's owner in 2022. Inevitably, Jos has decided to pile the pressure on Red Bull and Horner exactly on the day where the team had the best start to the season, making all things interesting, but also putting Max Verstappen on the spotlight. Horner, Red Bull Racing and the company cannot ignore both the dossier and Jos Verstappen. While they can talk and deal with the dossier internally, Jos Verstappen's pressure is something the team has to deal with immediately. But caution must also be taken into this matter, as Jos holds powerful cards at Red Bull, as Max Verstappen is his son and has been performing to the absolute best. During the post-qualifying press conference at Bahrain, Max backed Horner from a professional standpoint, mentioning that Horner is an incredible team boss in terms of operations. Listen, when I look at how Christian operates within the team, he has been an incredible team boss, so absolutely from the performance side of things, you can't even question that. That's what I am also dealing with. I speak to Christian a lot, and also of course throughout the weekend here, he's fully committed to the team. He's also here for the performance. Of course, probably a little bit distracted, but we just focus on the performance side of things, and that's how we all work together. While the Dutchman was careful with his words, not going in too deep, implying that controversies are outside of his box, Jos has now involved him in this saga after calling out Christian Horner publicly. Jos is an important member within the Verstappen camp, and if you put both Horner and Jos on the table, Max will be more loyal to Jos, his dad, over Christian Horner. To be honest, Max is more loyal to Helmut Marko than he is to Christian Horner, apparent from time to time when the power struggle was at its peak, with many wanting Helmut Marko gone, but Max making his stance in favour of Marko, leading to many more adjustments. I'm sure Max likes Horner considering the success they have enjoyed together, but it's not going to be tight as Jos is to Max. Pouring more gasoline on this controversy is the meeting Jos had with Toto Wolff at Bahrain. We still don't know the exacts of communication, if it was just a regular hi-hi or if it was something much deeper. Rumour has it that Jos was having a discussion about a possible future drive for Verstappen at Mercedes. We don't know how true these rumours are, so take it with a pinch of salt, but this could all be true and it might be a ploy from Jos Verstappen, demanding actions against Horner, or else implying the message, "We are gone." Wolff was questioned on the prospects of Verstappen driving for Mercedes in the future. Wolff initially downplayed this prospect, but recently has opened up a slight possibility of this happening. At Bahrain he was questioned, and the Austrian replied, "Anything is possible." So clearly Toto has captured what's happening behind the scenes at Red Bull, the potential for a complete fireworks show. Hamilton moving to Ferrari was a groundbreaking transfer. Just imagine Verstappen moving to Mercedes, replacing Hamilton in 2025 at Mercedes. I mean, that would just spark silly season into the top gear. I'm estimating the chances of this scenario coming into fruition is about 1%, but still, it has come up from 0 to 1. Whatever Red Bull's or Horner's responses are going to be, the chances of Horner riding this tidal wave are looking bleak at this point in time. The scrutiny, the speculations, all are threats to his leadership position. Questions will keep coming from partners and rival team members demanding answers at a brisk pace. Formula One and the governing body of the sport both are concerned about the damage this controversy is inflicting on the championship. Many parties, including rival teams and Red Bull Powertrain's partner Ford, are calling for more transparency from Red Bull's parent company. But more importantly, Horner is under fire from the Verstappen camp, from the most influential Verstappen in that camp, Jos Verstappen. Behind the scenes, Red Bull are at a boiling point, Jos calling out Horner publicly and the Dutchman meeting Wolff at the same time has just escalated the tension. Will Horner be able to come out of this mess safely? What actions will Red Bull take in this Horner-Verstappen situation? We are very much into your thoughts and perspectives in the comment section down below. And on your way, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to get notified of our future uploads, to keep yourself up to date about the 2024 Formula One season.